Hey, what's up everyone? Now in the past I've looked at various different Star Wars related books, especially the ones from Chronicle Books, including the Jedi Path and the Book of the Sith. The one we're going to look at today is this one right here, the Rebel Files from Chronicle Books. It's basically an entire book about the Rebel Alliance and a whole bunch of classified documents that they have during their struggle against the Empire. So yeah, I'm looking forward to diving into this, so let's check it out. So here is the Rebel Files book. It's very short in comparison to a lot of other Star Wars books out there, but it's pretty much the same exact length or the same amount of pages that are the other Chronicle books that we've looked at before here on the channel. But anyway, let's open this one up. Now, I did skim through this before filming. It's basically a look at various different parts of the Rebel Alliance, including various documents and also notes. I don't know if you guys can make that out there, but there's a lot of little scribbles and notes made by people like Princess Leia, Admiral Holdo. We even have some Poe Dameron in here. I think we also get Admiral Akbar at various different points that comments on a lot of the different documents, the propaganda, the little HoloNet news, as you guys could see here, that are references to many different events and battles from throughout the Star Wars movies, including the original trilogy, including Rogue One, including a whole bunch of stuff even from Rebels, which again, funny enough, the page comes up, but there goes like a realistic rendition of the Rebels characters from the animated show, which we're going to get in the Ahsoka show very soon. But one thing I will say, even though I love all the different images and a lot of the different references and history to various different parts of the Star Wars movies during this time frame of the Galactic Civil War, one thing that I am a little disappointed and confused about is that there's not a whole lot about Darth Vader in here. The reason why I say that, even though I know the Book of the Sith and even the Path of the Jedi are the books that are a little bit more related to the Force and other Jedi characters, I will say that I would expect the Rebel Alliance to have some sort of dossier, some sort of confidential file about Darth Vader, because he runs into them, or they run into him more likely, multiple times throughout the movies and throughout the various Star Wars media. Now, one thing I do want to go back to here and show you guys, I do love that we get to see a lot of the different Rebel ships, including the X-Wing, the A-Wing. If I go a little bit further, I'm pretty sure I can find the B-Wing, is the red B, there you go. The red B-Wing from Rebels, which I think is pretty darn awesome that they show that here and reference it and get into details about what it's like, as well as some of the other Rebellion starships. This is pretty cool because this is like coming off right after the Clone Wars, or at least the time frame after Order 66, leading into the Galactic Civil War, so from Rogue One onward, or at least right up to Rogue One and into the original trilogy. We even get some stuff about Imperial starships, including a lot of the different fighters, the TIE fighters, which I think is pretty darn cool. Stuff like this is awesome, where we get to see a lot of different details about it, a lot of different, important points related to different like starships and forces that the Rebel Alliance would fight. Some of the walkers, of course, the AT-AT, AT-ST, and various other types of like transports. And then we get into some of the different units, like the stormtroopers, the droids, the death troopers, etc. Now, what I do love also, they get these little maps of the galaxy, little portions of the galaxy, different planets, some of the different rings of the galaxy itself that are under different with different legions, I guess you could say, of control, or different like levels of control from the Empire, from the Rebel Alliance, etc. I do like also that they do reference Saw Gerrera, as far as, showing the different propaganda of him and various different bullet points of why the Rebel Alliance didn't like his tactics, because they were trying to do stuff and he's trying to fight the Empire. He's trying to get the back at like any means necessary, but Mon Mothma and the rest of the crew want to kind of go about it in a different way because they feel like he's messing things up. I love how a lot of the documents reference that. Let me go a little bit further because they start to show various different personnel. Again, we get into the Rogue One stuff, which has been, again, it's all scattered throughout because it's like mixed and matched with it because it's that entire time frame. Here goes another one. Good director Krennic here, got a little image of him. Now, I do want to go forward and show you guys where they start getting into the stuff involving the Death Star. Now, here's Yavin 4, which is pretty cool. Little display of Yavin 4. Trying to go a little bit further, get to the exact page of it. We get into some of the wildlife and some of the other aspects about Yavin itself. Get a little thing there about Jyn Erso, which I think is pretty cool. A lot of different images and dossiers on the various characters. This is the entire crew of Rogue One. Some of the different characters that we see go on to the ship itself, right up to the Battle of Scarif. And they talk all about Scarif in here. But I'm trying to get to the point. Okay, here we go. This is where we start to get into stuff about the Death Star. Now, I do love how they have like a whole like cross-section or blueprint of it. They talk about like the various plans, to do the attack run during Episode 4, New Hope. I love stuff like this. Then we got letters between Mon Mothma to various different personnel and various different people. We get this cool, like, again, artist rendition of like propaganda to help the Rebel Alliance, or in the inverse of it, help the Empire. Different kinds of stuff like this. So I love seeing books like this. Granted, this is a Legends book. It's not necessarily a book in canon, but it is a book with a lot of details and a lot of great in-universe stuff that could really build out the lore of Star Wars. I just love seeing stuff like, look at this. Look at these renditions of the various different stormtroopers, or the different Scar Troopers, as they're called in here, which is very, very awesome. They're a little bit different than stormtroopers. We got Star Destroyers, we got all types of stuff, planets. Then we get into the Battle of Hoth. Hold on, I think I skipped a page. Here we go. The entire Echo Base. Look at this layout of Echo Base. We got where the Falcon resides, where all the different X-Wings, the Snow Speeders, and I'm pretty sure in like another section we get to some of the different, what is it? Oh, there it is, the transports in the south entrance, because they mentioned the south entrance in Empire Strikes Back. What I do love also, again, I'm coming up on it now, there's like a little instruction guide, like a little guide here on tells you how exactly to take down an AT-AT Walker by tripping it with the tow cable. That type of stuff is awesome. Again, we even got a little comment from Poe Dameron. He goes, "What a kill, double points for using a T-47. Whoops. Almost hit the camera there. Using a T-47, triple points for using the tow cable. It's pretty silly. Now, even though there are sequel trilogy characters in here that leave little notes, again, there's a couple in here that I've skipped over that are from like Admiral Holdo, Poe Dameron, etc. This is still primarily an original trilogy timeline book, or at least that it's based on the original trilogy and some of the stuff that takes place within that time frame. Check it out. Sub-current outposts. We got all these different walkers, Star Destroyers. It talks about all this stuff. I love it. Like, some of this stuff is really freaking cool. Like, really, really interesting. Really, really awesome. Check this out. Attention all fleet and garrison commanders. Well, I'm trying to show you guys here on the camera. This is pretty dope. This is super, super dope. So anyway, overall, oh, check it out. What is it? Admiral Jeron, or Jerajod, or Jerajod, I don't know how to pronounce it. Now, here's the other thing, too. They get a little bit into Return of the Jedi. So this is the Death Star 2, and they do talk about Endor in here. And I believe also, I don't remember the exact page, but they do talk about the Bothans that died in order to get the information about the second Death Star for the running crew, or at least the fleet in Return of the Jedi. Look, we even got some of the different Rebellion transports in space. Then check this out. We even got a YT freighter, okay, which is pretty much the model ship, not just of the Millennium Falcon, but also the Outrider. This almost looks exactly like the Outrider, but they just call it a YT freighter, which is very similar to a lot of different ships that we've seen at various different points. We even see stuff, because this comes from Cloud City, we get a little bit of a mention from Lando Calrissian, who signs off on a bunch of stuff. And then Leia, I don't know if you can see in the top, she makes a little mention there, little note. But I love this stuff. This is a really cool book. Again, if you're a big fan of Star Wars, if you love the lore, if you love the in-universe stuff in here, this is a book that you're definitely going to want to add to your collection, alongside the other two books that I've looked at here on the channel, The Book of the Sith and The Path of the Jedi. So those are my thoughts about the Rebel Files. Let me know some of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Tell me, are you a big Star Wars fan? Do you like seeing books like this? What are some of your favorite Star Wars video games? By the way, look out here on the channel for my review of Star Wars Jedi Survivor. It should be up now by the time you guys are seeing this. So anyway, I will talk to all of you again very soon. Peace out, and stay epic, everybody.
This channel is sponsored by Flynn's Arcade and More, located in Margate, Florida. Flynn's is one of the premier spots for gaming fans in South Florida. They have a variety of arcade games on cabinet for you to play throughout the week, including all of your beloved classics. You could also play a ton of new and current console games too, on PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo consoles. Grab a snack or drink and enjoy the best gaming experience you'll find. Visit during one of their many big events to connect with the gaming community in South Florida. Want to test your skills in competitive fighting games? Join any of the weekly tournaments that happen at Flynn's for a chance for some cool prizes. And if you're into tabletop gaming or model kit building, there's a bunch of events there for you too. Swing by Flynn's Arcade and More, located in Margate Boulevard in Margate, Florida. You won't find a better spot than Flynn's. Thanks a bunch for watching the video. I really appreciate it a ton. I'll have more videos for you to enjoy here on the side that I know you'll love. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon too. Don't forget to visit my Patreon linked below for early access to new videos every week, and join the Discord server too. It's linked in the description box below. You'll definitely love being a part of it. Thanks again, peace out, and stay epic, everybody.